The EU-funded eBento project aims to enhance energy efficiency in buildings by developing an integrated one-stop shop platform for all actors involved in the building and renovation sector to better coordinate and manage energy performance contracting, bringing together the needs from all actors involved in enhancing the building stock. I'm Ross Hastie, your guest host for today, and we're joined by our project coordinator, Alejandro Dabaye, to better understand their mission and their plan to achieve it. Alejandro, welcome to Inlet on the Road and welcome to the EU Projects podcast.
Thank you very much, Ross.
The eBento project aims to provide a framework for energy performance guarantees and contracts. What does that mean?
Well, you know that every renovation project starts with an agreement between the neighborhood community and other stakeholders. This is usually a very long process that it is not necessarily shorter because the building is small. So this tool, eBento, tries to aggregate demand, offer, and also a financial solution, fostering the decision-making process for a renovation. The problem is the complexity of the energy performance contracts. This, together with the lack of information, difficult very much the neighborhoods to select the adequate, suitable partners for these renovation projects. So eBento, with the innovation performance contracts module, tried to innovate in the business models, and it identifies the most relevant KPIs and also all the critical considerations in these new MPCs. So it makes it easier for the ESCOs and the ownerships to make these contracts and agreements.
So the benefits for both sides, both the building owners and the energy service companies?
Yeah, and also for the construction companies.
Okay, so you've got 4 demonstration sites. Chat to us about the diversity of these locations.
Yeah, we have selected 4 different pilots. One is in Valencia, we have another one in Estonia, in Tallinn, Athens and Manchester is the 4th location, and the diversity of these locations enhances the overall goals of the project. You know, in all of them there are different cultural attitudes, social behaviors and engagement patterns. These pilot sites have varying levels of digital infrastructure. So, for example, in Tallinn and Athens, the contrast ensures that eBento is tested in heterogeneous technological environments. There are demographic, socioeconomic, and other differences very relevant between them, like the urban planning policies. They are very relevant as well, the differences between them. And these different legal and governance policies ensures that eBento will be scalable after we taste the platform in all of them.
So we came to Valencia. Well, one of the reasons we came to Valencia was because it's the Green Capital of Europe in 2024. Obviously, energy efficient buildings are greener buildings.
Yes, and eBento was selected, I think, because it supports directly the ambitions of the Valencia Green Capital Award that we gained last year. So we here have a pilot site, as I mentioned before. It is conducted by Valencia Clima y Energía, that is a municipal foundation of the Valencia City Council. And our partners have selected 2 buildings in Valencia, and there they have made an agreement with the neighbors. They have installed several IoT devices in 24 dwellings. So we have made measurements and monitoring of the energy consumption and also the comfort in terms of temperature and humidity in a pre- and a post-renovation phase of these buildings. So all this data get to the one-stop shop, and it evaluates the performance of the comfort, generally speaking, in these buildings.
So the key component of this project is citizen engagement. Mm-hmm. How does eBento empower citizens to make more informed energy efficiency decisions?
Yes, citizens and stakeholders have been key players from the very beginning of the design of the Evento platform. We have tried to enhance as much as possible the users' participation in all the process. We have developed two different formats. Participatory workshops and also focus groups. Valencia Pilot, for example, we made 2 focus groups at the very beginning of the project, and also 1 participatory workshop with potential users, with professionals, and also with the house owners.
So we've chatted earlier about your one-stop shop platform. What does it play in this process?
The one-stop shop platform is a software tool, that has 3 different modules. In one module, all the stakeholders I mentioned can prepare energy performance contract in this easy way I already explained. And then there is also a simulation module in which once the neighbors and the constructors have agreed on a renovation project, the tool can provide you a simulation of the renovation you are going to make in the building. So it gives you several options, and the owners can choose the better renovation project for them and the more efficient one. And it has also a monitoring module. This monitoring module is directly connected with the IoT devices that are installed in every dwelling, and it provides the users real-time measurements of their comfort.
The theory sounds great, but practical implementations are a whole different story. Let's chat about the challenges that you've had and that you anticipate. What are the barriers for widespread adoption of these innovative technologies?
We know that we face several obstacles. I think that the most important obstacle we face is maybe the technological differences between the different pilot sites and the different cities. Integration, IoT infrastructure, and smart city initiatives, they are different, and they could slow the adoption of these new and innovative technologies. There are also diverse legal frameworks and other socioeconomic and cultural factors, and also financial constraints that can make users resist the adoption of the platform, because maybe they have a sense of complexity, or maybe some skepticism as well. So we try to avoid and to plan that these obstacles don't happen by making very deep risk assessment all during the project. We have a very defined methodology, so we try to ensure the alignment of the local governments and event organizers with the platform from the beginning.
What about regulation and data privacy? Is GDPR an issue?
Yeah, of course, because although there is a European framework, every country has its own policies, and also the use of AI. It's an ethical barrier in most of the time, so it will also be maybe an obstacle, a hurdle.
What about the long-term implications for Evento? How do the outcomes of the project help energy efficiency in buildings in the future?
We have some short-term goals and other long-term perspectives. Evento is a very radically new tool, I would say. So it integrates demand response services in these new MPC contracts. So in a short term, we plan to expand the impact of Evento, also improve the communities, the communication pathways, and increase the market actors, especially involving SMEs in this kind of project. We plan to enhance consumer trust. This is a very big challenge, and also engage as much stakeholders as possible. And in the long term, we think we can contribute to make a more energy efficient building stock in Europe. And for this, we need to have a accurate understanding of the building's performance, and that's what we are working in.
What about collaboration? Are there other projects that you're working with who have similar objectives?
Yes, we are very active with 2 European initiatives. One is the Build for People partnership, which we are part of. And Evento is very aligned with the mission of this partnership, that is to accelerate people-centric innovation. And we collaborate with 2 projects, the Step Up project and the Nebula project as well. This Nebula project, for example, it's focused in creating a network of innovators to accelerate energy efficiency transformation in Europe.
The goal here is European-wide implementation and solutions. Let's talk about the market space. And do you see an environment where these collaborative projects become competitive for that single market space?
They might seem competitive, but there are important differences between all the solutions that we are all developing. I think that the way in the future is to integrate them, because they are focused in different markets and have slightly differences. But so for me, the better solution would be to integrate them and provide a unique solution for improving energy efficiency in the building stock.
Alejandra, thank you so much for your insights today. For more insights, be sure to subscribe to the EU Energy Projects podcast.